What happens when Undercover CEO saves a struggling employee? You won't believe what happens next. Let's dive to see. In the heart of a bustling city stood the towering glass building of Orion Industries. Within its modern walls worked many dedicated souls. Among them was a quiet, hard-working man named Trenton Reed. Trenton was known for his sincere effort and gentle spirit, yet he carried the weight of many struggles. He had dreams of doing more, of rising above his everyday challenges, but the burden of mistakes from the past and the fear of failure often held him back. Unbeknownst to Trenton, his life was about to change. At the helm of Orion Industries was Orson Hale, a man of great vision and compassion. Orson had earned respect and admiration in the business world with his kind heart and firm principles. Despite his high position, Orson believed in the power of personal connection and in the idea that true leadership meant understanding the struggles of those who worked for him. To truly help his employees grow, Orson often went undercover, walking among them, learning their challenges firsthand without the weight of his title. It all began on a quiet Monday morning. Trenton sat at his desk, feeling overwhelmed by a heavy workload and the pressure to perform. His hands trembled as he read through piles of reports, and a deep sadness settled in his eyes. On that day, Orson, disguised in plain clothes, entered the office as just another employee. He observed Trenton's quiet perseverance and noted the pain behind his determined eyes. In a moment of quiet resolve, Orson decided that he must help Trenton in his own humble way. Over the next few weeks, Orson, now known simply as OH among his coworkers, made small gestures of support. He listened when Trenton talked about his worries and offered kind words that lifted his spirit. Trenton was unaware that the man giving him advice was none other than the CEO he had heard legends about. Every gentle nod and thoughtful suggestion was meant to help Trenton see his own strength. As time went on, the connection between OH and Trenton grew. They often spent their lunch breaks discussing life, dreams, and the simple truth that even in a world of high stakes and big ambitions, the heart mattered the most. OH reminded Trenton of a quote that he often shared in quiet conversation. Every storm gives way to calm, and every dark night ends with the glow of dawn. These words touched Trenton deeply, sparking hope in his tired heart. One crisp autumn day, while the leaves danced in the breeze outside the office windows, a significant twist unfolded. A major project at Orion Industries faced a sudden crisis. The project was central to the company's future, and a mistake in the early stages had created ripples of fear and uncertainty. The company's board members and senior managers were in disarray, unsure of how to manage the looming threat to their hard-earned reputation. In the midst of this storm, Trenton found himself at a crossroads. His team had worked tirelessly, yet the mounting pressure pushed him to the edge. The weight of responsibility was almost too much to bear. As doubts and anxiety swirled within him, he recalled the soft-spoken guidance of OH and the belief that every problem held a lesson. With trembling determination, Trenton gathered his team and with honest eyes and steady words began to work on the crisis. He shared with them the idea that mistakes, though painful, were stepping stones toward growth. His voice carried the quiet strength of someone who had learned to face life's darkest moments. Yet, just as the team started to find a way forward, the first twist came into full view. During a late evening meeting in the dim light of a nearly empty office, Trenton discovered a series of personal messages on his company email account. These messages revealed that he had been under close observation by a senior leader. Confused and a little betrayed, he felt the sting of mistrust. His heart pounded as he read the notes that detailed his every struggle, every falter, and every hope. In that moment, Trenton felt raw vulnerability. But instead of succumbing to despair, he saw a glimmer of understanding in the careful language of the messages. The notes were not harsh. They were filled with compassion and a call to rise above his difficulties. Slowly, Trenton began to piece together the puzzle. The messages were written with a deep care for his well-being, urging him to harness his inner strength and to trust in his abilities. With tears of both sorrow and relief streaming down his face, Trenton realized that the voice behind those messages was not one to be feared, but one to be embraced. The realization came as a turning point, a moment of profound clarity. With renewed energy, Trenton began to correct the course of the troubled project. He reworked strategies, engaged his team with honest hope, and led by example. His actions sparked a chain reaction within the company. One by one, the members of his team found their inner resolve and began to contribute ideas and solutions. The crisis, which once threatened to unravel everything, slowly transformed into an opportunity for growth. Every obstacle became a lesson, every setback a reminder of the value of resilience. As the project took shape and the company's fortunes began to mend, another twist emerged that would forever change Trenton's understanding of leadership. In a confidential meeting held in the serene light of an early morning, Trenton was approached by a trusted colleague, a man named Roland Pierce. Roland revealed that he had once worked closely with someone very special, a man who had taught him that true leadership was about love, care, and the willingness to stand by those in need. With a knowing smile, Roland gently said, "Trenton, the person who has been guiding you is none other than Orson Hale, the man we all admire but rarely see behind the boardroom door." The words struck Trenton like a wave of emotion. He felt a mix of gratitude and disbelief as he recalled the gentle advice, the encouraging words, and the quiet gestures that had made him believe in himself. The truth unfolded like a soft whisper in his heart, and he knew that his life had been touched by someone extraordinary. With the secret now revealed, Trenton felt honored to have been mentored by a man whose leadership went far beyond titles and positions. In the following days, the office atmosphere was filled with renewed hope and purpose. Trenton, now fully aware of his mentor's identity, continued to work hard with an invigorated spirit. He and Orson eventually met in a quiet moment away from the busy corridors of Orion Industries. In that meeting, Orson spoke simply and earnestly. "Trenton, I have always believed that everyone has a spark within them. Sometimes all it takes is a little light to make that spark shine bright." His voice carried the weight of his own journey, and his words resonated with quiet determination. The meeting ended with both men sharing a deep mutual respect. Trenton realized that his struggles were not a sign of weakness, but a call to grow, to push forward even when the path was uncertain. Orson's example taught him that leadership was not about power or status, but about lifting others up, about the courage to face one's own challenges, and the kindness to help others overcome theirs. In the months that followed, Trenton's transformation became an inspiring story for the entire company. His journey from a struggling employee to a confident leader was marked by moments of heartache, hard work, and ultimately hope. Every setback was met with the reminder that even the darkest night is followed by a new dawn, a simple truth that had been echoed by his mentor many times over. Orion Industries grew stronger as a team, and the once doubtful halls of the office now resonated with laughter, shared victories, and a collective belief in the power of second chances. Trenton's story, filled with moments of pain and triumph, spread beyond the company walls, reaching many who had faced similar struggles. His journey became a testament to the fact that real leadership comes from the heart, that every obstacle is a lesson in disguise, and that sometimes the very person you least expect may be the one who changes your life forever. Looking back, Trenton remembered the early days when the weight of the world seemed to be on his shoulders. He recalled the soft encouragement, the heartfelt messages, and the quiet guidance of a man who chose to lead from behind the scenes. With tears of joy and gratitude in his eyes, he often whispered to himself, "In our darkest moments, we find our true strength." The story of Orson and Trenton reminds us all that every person has the power to make a difference. It shows that behind every struggle lies an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become the person you were always meant to be. Through compassion, resilience, and a willingness to listen, we can transform even the most challenging moments into steps toward a brighter future. This tale, full of heartfelt moments and unexpected turns, serves as a gentle reminder: never lose hope, and always believe in the power of change. For in the end, it is not our mistakes that define us, but the strength with which we rise after falling. That's the story, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure sharing it with you all. Don't forget to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see the global reach of these stories. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories, tips, and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you'd like to show some extra love, tap the 3 dots near the share button and send a super thanks.